What did Kelly Clarkson say while playing Riichi Mahjong? Since you called pawn, I can't finish my pure straight. All the 9 bamboo's gone. Yeah. Thanks to you, now I can no longer call Ron. Since you called pawn. Welcome back to Mahjong Soul. My name's Yusong. I hope you're having a good day wherever you are. I've got some life updates, okay? I've got some grocery store anecdotes we need to talk about. I got some Mahjong developments I need to talk about. So let's jump into a match and then let me debrief you on what's been going on in the old noggin as we climb our way out of Master 1, this time for realsies, okay? Here's the thing. We started out friends. It was cool, but it was all pretend. First of all, I just want to say this. How do you expect a guy like me to be spending my nights? Probably like going to a nightclub, living it up with society's coolest DJs. Yeah, DJs. Great. Awesome. deadmau5 is here at this Applebee's. Okay. How I actually spent my night last night was going through a Mahjong book that was just talking about Mahjong theory, like 5-block theory versus 6-block theory, a ton of problems that are just like, what would you discard from this hand? You know, the essential, like watering down Riichi Mahjong or boiling down Riichi Mahjong to its most distilled essence of what would you discard from any given hand, right? And it was interesting because I for the longest time, have been Billy Joel. I have for the longest time been a proponent of 5-block theory, where you just kind of, I mean, this 2 is really redundant, right? But we don't really have a pair in our hand. And if we draw into a 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess that would be okay because then the 2 or the 5 could become our pair. I don't know. Anyway, you've probably seen me count all my 5 shapes like at the start of a hand. And I think that's good because you need 5 shapes to be able to win a Mahjong hand. But as it was being told to me, the virtues of 6-block theory, it's basically what it comes down to. And I as I learn more, I'll share my developments, but I don't accidentally want to make you worse at Mahjong. So I don't want to accidentally say the wrong thing. But what basically I distilled from about 20 pages of reading last night, I'm a pro now, by the way, you're welcome. From about 20 pages last night was at the start of your hand, maybe you shouldn't be as concerned with the 5 blocks that your hand is going to win with. As far as I'm concerned, this 8-9 is probably not going to be in our winning hand. Or it could be, but we shouldn't tunnel vision on anything. 6 blocks is bad because eventually, like a Mahjong hand only wins with 5 blocks. That is the Dora. Okay. Let's absolutely get rid of the 9 now. We probably should endeavor to get rid of this and this before it gets too late into the game. The point is, don't tunnel vision at the start of every round. Don't tunnel vision. Try to keep your options open. Even if you have to cut a shape out of your hand later, so be it, friendo. So be it. All right, I'm going to cut this 3. Again, the 8 is very redundant here, right? All my 8's gone, but it's our only pair in our hand, and if we draw into a 5 or another 8, we're going to be pogged out of our flippin' gourds right now. Sorry to any boomers watching who probably can't understand. How scared am I about what's going on with the other players? Not really. No one's discarded anything that's going to make me do a double take. Like I'm Scooby-Doo that just saw a ghost with its eyes following me from a painting. You think I'm gonna give you one of those? You think I'm gonna give you a ruh-roh raggy right off the top of the dome piece? Huh? Real weird energy. So anyway, I was reading the Mahjong book. If you're interested in it, it's like a green book. Okay, if you come into the Discord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're supposed to get rid of the 8-9 now because the 4-4-5 shape is pretty strong. I don't even know anymore. The point is, folks, this is your pilot speaking. I don't know how to fly a plane. The point of this all is, I feel like I know nothing about Riichi Mahjong, and while that might scare some of you, it might titillate the others, because that is a great position to be in. You know what I mean? That is a great position to be in. You don't want to feel like you know everything there is to know about any given game, because that means the game is probably really, really boring to you. If you know already, like, what's the most effective way to play. That's what, like Connect 4, you know, very solved games. Checkers to some degree? I don't know if checkers is a solved game. No offense to anyone who may be a huge checkers lord out there. All right. This hand is good. We got some really strong shapes. We got one copy of the Dora, and it's our seat win, so we can actually use it. Okay, I mean, drawing a third copy of the 5 of characters is not bad. There's a small opportunity here to go for all simples. All simples would necessitate discarding the Westwind. What a, ooh! I mean, we have 5 shapes in our hand. He immediately forgo. I mean, what is our, okay, let's just think about it like a hypothetical winning hand. 3, 4, 5, then a pair, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. That is a winning hand. That is definitely a winning hand. It means getting rid of the Vivian Westwind later. It means getting rid of the Vivian Westwind, but that's okay, maybe. Like, this is also a very, very solid Riichi Pinfu hand, right? If we draw into a 3 or a 6 here, we're looking good for a Riichi Pinfu. Meanwhile, my enemies will be looking like fools with their pants on the ground. But yeah, it's exciting to feel like I still have so much to learn about this game. I feel like I should also probably watch back my own games, like outside of the stream, just to see, you know, would I stand by my decisions? I think I could also do with, like on the homepage of Mahjong Soul, you can also spectate some like high level play. And I think it would be good to like do a little bit of learning from the senpais in the throne room, right? I think that'd be really, really nice. Every time I've done that in the past, I feel like I've learned something. But sometimes someone just has a bad game and then you're like, am I learning the absolute wrong lessons from this? Okay, I mean, the 2-2-3 shape is really good. It does not look like the Dora is going to become anything. Best case scenario, it becomes a pair. That's not really what we're looking for right now. I think we're looking for maybe an all simples hand. I think we're maybe looking for Riichi Pinfu. I think we might be looking for love in a hopeless place. Now, I teased you a little bit before. I mentioned that I have some grocery store anecdotes, and you're like, Yusong's probably lying. He hasn't mentioned a single grocery store anecdote this entire time. False. I went to Trader Joe's today. Trader Joe's was very good. It was not very busy. Hang on. This is like not that bad, because this could be like a 3-4-5 or a 4-5-6, right? We could also con if things get really zuzzy in the late game, but I don't think that that's the right move. Okay, left lord pawning a 1? Very weird. Maybe just trying to get into Tenpai before the end of the game. Not joking. Maybe this is an all triplets hand of some kind. Also a little bit scary. What would I do right now? Would I pawn this to get into Tenpai? Abso-fruitly I would. It's a lovely 3 and 6 of characters weight. A cross lord is gonna con for me. Wow, okay. This is a very strange situation, right? If any of us had kept the Westwind and made it work in our ending hand, we would have, like, each one would be worth 2 Han by themselves. Wow. You were waiting on a 4-7 of bamboo. All simples red 5. A decent amount of mini points for the con. All right. As the dealer, sure. Sure. The game's not completely out of our reach, but the dealer is breaking away for it, right? Or making a break for it. That's what I meant to say. This is an interesting hand, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me that you love me more. We've got some decent shapes. We have no pairs in our hand. Maybe the nut draw right now. I mean, the nut draw first and foremost, 7 of characters. This is not that bad, dude. I know this looks weird, but like, we're 1 tile away from Tenpai now. If we draw into a 7 or an 8 of bamboo, oh, I don't want to call Riichi like this. It's such an early Riichi, but it looks like a crosslord is going for a half flush in the I've taken too long with this. I also think that if I call Riichi now, I've genuinely taken too long at this. And I think they're gonna know that my Riichi is a really, really bad one. So let's think about this on our next discard. It's a really early Riichi. That is the strength of this Riichi. However, they could just have all the 7s. I'm gonna do it. It's an early Riichi. If we just get lucky, no one knows what's defensively apt to play against us. If we just happen to get really lucky, maybe we can steal this hand. This is Riichi 1 Dora. It's risky for sure. It's risky for sure. I don't know. But like slamming the like and subscribe button early in the morning is not a bad play. At least it makes other people have to make some tough decisions. You know, sometimes when we're in like these positions, right? Left Lord and right Lord, we have to do some unfortunate folding, and then in those hands, it's unlikely that we get back to Tenpai, right? Or it's going to be very difficult to. All right. I saw the funniest thing, or a very funny thing at Trader Joe's, which is a very small child who was walking around in the refrigerated section, and it was very, very cold. And they said, like, why did I wear shorts today? And it was just like one of those things where I'm like, so true, you know what I mean? Because I was feeling pretty cold, and I was wearing like, you know, I was wearing like a sweater and stuff. And it was just one of those things where I'm like, hey, if you're anything like me, that's not the first time you're gonna say this, but it's definitely not gonna be the last time either. Sometimes even as an adult, you end up in the grocery store and you're like, why did I wear shorts today? It is absolutely freezing in here. So I saw that at Trader Joe's. I got some tea cookies, like these key lime tea cookies with like a mountain of powdered sugar on top. And I asked the cashier, like, hey, are these any good? Because they were making small talk. I didn't want to ice them. I was also going to make some small talk. And she was like, yeah, they're really good. Have you heard of an Italian wedding cookie? And I was like, I hadn't. But she was like, they're really good. Can I give you my honest farm to table opinion about these cookies? Way too sweet. Way too sweet. But I like, to give you an idea, like your average birthday cake is too intense for me. Does that make sense? The average birthday cake is just way, way, way too sweet for a frail constitution such as my own. Left Lord calls the Riichi, chases my bad Riichi with potentially a good Riichi. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. This is definitely gonna hurt. They could also deal into me with a little Dave Matthews Band, crash into me with a 7 of characters. This is a little bit scary, but at least it's Suji to this 5 of bamboo. I mean, it's not like we have a choice in what we're discarding now, right? Let's just hope that we don't draw into... Oh my god, thank god. I genuinely saw my life. My brain was already queuing up the notes for me to turn around and play Final Fantasy X's 2 Xanark into you on the piano. All right, left Lord had 2 7 of characters. A cross Lord had 1 of them. Maybe right Lord had the last one. It didn't seem like we were very likely to finish that hand, but you never know. If things had just shook out a little bit differently, we would have Riichi Sumo Ipatsu. Wow! Okay, this hand kind of nuts, but also kind of bad. I have no idea what we're going to do with this hand. The West Wind is nice here. I don't think that we can go for a... I don't think that we should or that we can go for a half outside hand or a full outside hand, right? We got too much good stuff happening for us in the circle suit. I have no idea what to do here, but it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like we just have 4 blocks in our hand. We have 4 shapes in our hand. We're gonna need a 5th shape. I'm gonna throw out the White Dragon and pray that we get something like a 3 of characters. I would even take a 4 of characters. Even if 7 of circles or a 4 of circles would also hit the spot right now. Just anything that, okay, that really sucks, but anything that talks to our tiles, right? All right, I'm gonna discard the West Wind right now. Hopefully no one pawns it, and no one does. So what is the nut draw? Nut draw, 3 of characters. We call a Riichi, we discard the 5, and we have a Riichi only hand, but it's a good Riichi this time, right? We have 4 copies of the 4 of circles. Oh, now that is interesting. That is interesting. Do I ever go like 4, like all triplets? I don't think so. I think that would be truly a sick and twisted way to approach this hand. So this is nice. We get into Tenpai with a, oh, the ones are dead. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead already, dude. All right. Call me Bertold Brecht the way I don't be seeing that. Okay, the ones are gone. So we're just hoping that this is like a we're just hoping that this is like a 2-3, but in the rare chance that we draw into the last 7 of bamboo, we can use this as our pair and throw out the 2 for a Riichi as well. It's not terrible here, but it's also not good, right? If anyone else is gonna get into Tenpai first or discard some scary stuff, I think that we're supposed to fold here. This is a Riichi only hand with very little value. We're just hoping that we're the first person to get into Tenpai, right? Anyway, it was fun going to Trader Joe's. I like going at off times. Take a sip of the potion. You ever been to a grocery store at night? It feels like it's a different world. Hey, kids these days are reading their isekai animes. How about we step into an isekai by going to the grocery store at night? It's a very different vibe. There's not people that are just like they're leaving their shopping carts in the middle of the aisle while it's absolutely jam-packed because it's like rush hour and everyone needs tomatoes for their dinner. It's nice. It's definitely nice. I will say this. Night shopping in general is definitely the way to do it. I don't know about you, Taylor Swift voice, but I'm feeling 22. But I'm not like, I don't hate crowds, okay? After all, why would I hate crowds when every time I hit the go live button, there's a huge flipping crowd on twitch.tv, huh? I don't hate crowds. But crowds hate me? No, sorry. I'm just saying stuff. Get rid of the red 5. Maybe we should keep it at this point. I honestly don't know anymore. But it's like late into the game. I feel like a crosslord is gonna call Riichi anytime now. They're discarding just like straight up gas. Right, Lord? I don't know. But like people are probably getting closer and closer to Tenpai here. Would I still call Riichi? This is a terrible Riichi. That's the worst Riichi I've ever seen. This is like an okay Riichi, but like, nah, like I don't really want to do that. What are we hoping to see here? I don't know, dude, but this is a really, really bad Riichi. I guess if we see like a 6 of characters, we can set a little Suji trap and then maybe call Riichi that way. Okay, there's a 2 of characters. This is also like so zuzzy, dude. This is a Riichi only hand. I don't even want to call Riichi because imagine if someone else calls Riichi. They got like Riichi, Pinfu, Sanshoku, all simples, right? Like we don't want to do that. Left Lord throws down the 6. Oh, it makes me want to act up. It makes me want to send a DM that's like, haha, you're so cute, haha. You know what I mean? It definitely makes me want to act up that 6 of characters discard. But like, I want other people to notice me. You know what I mean? It's like Naruto in the Chunin exams where he also wants the recognition of his peers, you know? There's the 3 of characters. That gets pawned away. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about that discard. Like if we had, all the 4s are gone. No one can have a 3-4. Here's the thing. If we had called Riichi, they probably wouldn't have discarded that 3. They like almost definitely wouldn't have discarded that 3 and probably would have folded. And if someone ever had like a scarier Riichi, someone had an even scarier Riichi, then we would have probably dealt into them, dude. Like I don't think it's worth like this risk of peril just to slam the Riichi button late into the game, you know? What are we looking at here? How many 7s are left? 1. How many 2s are left? 0. Right. So we could still theoretically win on an under the sea or under the river. The 4 sets a little Suji trap. It's not gonna come true. Let's take a look. It's in a book. We are in Tenpai. Hang on, how do I... Oh, I'm recording this. All right, this is a scary situation. I'm accidentally recording this in the wrong scene of OBS. I'm examining the window just to make sure nothing's out of frame. Nah, it looks absolutely the same. We're pugged. Okay. No one cares about this, but I have a separate scene for recording. No one cares. But speaking of, I am Scott 2. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub while I was not even streaming. This has been happening more and more lately. These ruffians, these hooligans have been showing me financial support, daring me not to thank them. The Liam Neeson voice, Kermit the Frog voice. I have a very specific set of skills. I will find you and I will thank you. I don't have a great Kermit, but I think I have an okay Kermit. You've heard of OK Cupid? What about OK Kermit? Is that anything? Dating app where you can only find frogs? Okay. That is the signal to get back into talking about the game. We have gone off the deep end. So we are looking for... that is a pair. That is a pair. But it is awful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think that we want this pair. Sure, like we could improve our... We would be really, really happy with... Oh, man, dude. Like, we would be so... 6, 7, 8 mixed triple sequence is also a possibility. But there's no way we keep that 3 there, right? I mean, that might actually be the 6 block theory. I mean, this is also, like, stupid. This is, like, pretty stupid. And yet... Watch me whip in Nene. Watch me whip in Nene as I discard the Dora. So what are we hoping to see here? We're hoping to draw into a pair of either the 6 or 7 of characters or the 7 and 8 of circles. Why did I open up my hand? I don't know, dude. It's a pretty fast hand. It's a pretty fast hand. Where it's as if we have been Frenching on the 3rd date. You know what I mean? Honestly, I should have kept the 6. Immediately as I discarded that, I'm like, I should have kept the 6. Why? I have an inadvertent Suji trap set for the 9 and the 3. Rylord is gonna pawn the 6 of characters, though. That's good news for us. It's a little bit of good news for us, right? Someone might think that the 7 of characters is safe. I don't have a 5, 6, or, you know, I don't know. But if they're paying attention, they should be careful about the tiles that I'm discarding after I call pawn or chi or something. Okay, there's an 8 of characters. I think I'm gonna take this Tenpai. It's a little bit better, right? Instead of just 3 copies of the 7 of characters, we got 1 copy of the 1, but 4 copies of the 4, and we immediately get it. It's another cute little Suji trap, and I'll take my 1,000 points. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Keep in mind, the new Yusong strategy is anything except last place. Anything except last place. Okay, so against my better judgment, like, I think I should just be discarding this 1 here. Like, we are never, ever, ever using this 3 as anything other than a pair. Okay, the iambic pentameter didn't exactly fall into place there, but I hope you can... Oh, friends. Oh, friends. Oh, it is the... I have to pawn here. I think I genuinely have to pawn here. I think that going for, I think that all triplets is just too delicious here, because all triplets comes with a little side of mozzarella sticks here. We also get a side of east wind, sea wind, prevalent wind. It's looking juicy right now, dude. It's looking, this is the I know, moments ago in the Yusong Liu YouTube catalog, I was like, all triplets as a hand does not exist. This hand, unfortunately, very much so exists. This hand, unfortunately, goes super duper hard, okay? You know how in, you know, the Jay-Z and Kanye, they're like going hard? Have you heard about this one? The super duper hard? I'm gonna throw away the south wind. Let's see what happens here, because we are 1 tile away from Tenpai here. We're now, unfortunately, 1 tile away from Tenpai. I don't know, because now we're super inclined, I'm saying that word a lot, to discard the 2 of circles, right? Pawn into an east wind, discard the 2, we're in Tenpai. It's for incredibly juicy tiles. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's for some incredibly juicy tiles, but sometimes you have to squeeze a few lemons to make lemonade, right? That's not the expression at all. Oh, very cute. Single tile weight on the 9 of characters. Very cute. Very cute. Not gonna lie to you. That's a Zuzzy hand. Zuz recognize Zuz. But I'm also gonna be very honest with you. My heart hurts. That was a brutal hand to lose. That was so much value that we had. Oh my goodness. Dora is the white dragon. That was a nut draw right there. That was absolutely a nut draw. I'm gonna keep my Northwind just in case, right? A little just in case we draw into another one would be pretty nice. Unfortunately, we can't exactly pawn. We had the chance to go for a 7, 8, 9 mixed triple sequence, but I think it was a little bit premature. Obligatory premature joke in the chat, please. But I think it was a little bit premature. We had an 8, 9. And then we only had a 7, and a few of the 9s were already discarded. I think it was a bad call. So I will be a little bit sad if we don't get it, but that's okay. This 3 of characters is like, dude, I don't think that I should be keeping it. But I'm like, if we draw a 4, would I be the happiest dude on the planet? I guess so. The 3-4 is better than the 6-8 shape or this 7-9 shape, right? The double-sided weight is going to be better than a Thomas middleweight. Yeah. Even so. This is one of those times where I'm like, would a better Mahjong player do something different? Because the 9 is our pair. Like, I'm not throwing away this 1, 2, 3, 3. That I think is like actually true sicko joke air mode. Like, I think that is actually like, you've gone off the deep end, Mr. Krabs. You've lost sight of who you are. Now we've unfortunately drawn the white dragon on top of this. So we are not going to be discarding this for the rest of the game. It's too spicy right now. It's just way too spicy. We're going to try to get rich or die trying. Maybe we can use this as a pair. Maybe we can get on a single tile weight in the late game. The 7, 8, 9 is a little bit more tempting right now, but the 7, 8, 9 shape is so weak, right? No matter what, you're never going to be on a double-sided weight if you're waiting for a 7, 8, 9. Like, even in your best case scenario, you got a 7 and you got an 8. Even in that case, you're not really waiting on a double-sided thing. You're just waiting for one tile. I don't think it feels good. A crosslord is willing to sacrifice their soul and discard 2 Dora. Okay, that's some bad luck right there, but they seem to be undeterred. Hilariously now, the safest tile that we have in our hand is the white dragon Dora. I think that we should try to get rid of some of our riskier stuff. There's a 7 of characters, something that we would love to see in our hand, unfortunately. We're lucky in the sense that no one's discarded an 8 yet. I think we're supposed to discard this. And now we're 1 tile away from Tenpai. We draw into a 7 or we draw into an 8. We are in Tenpai, but it's like a pretty bad one, right? It's a closed weight. Dude, with this kind of hand, it's also like a really low scoring hand, right? It's a Riichi only hand. We don't even have the opportunity for Pinfu in our hand's current state. Yeah, I don't think that we call Riichi here. Left Lord clearly opened their hand because they've got something to say, right? A little John Mayer style. A crosslord pawned their Seat Wind, Prevalent Wind really early on. And they were willing to cut the Dora first, which means that they have like some decent shapes in their hand. If we draw into something like a 5 of characters, we'll be really, really happy. A 5 of characters will allow us to get into some Dama 10 Pinfu zuzziness. That's not a safe tile either. How scared are we about discarding this 8? Well, we see 3 of the 6s. It's unlikely that someone has the last 6, 7. Yeah. Left Lord is going to take a fast hand, but I think it was right for us not to call Riichi. We wouldn't have won in this case. And this is with other people playing aggressively, right? We wouldn't have won in this case. We might have gotten other people to back off, but no, I don't think it's worth it. I genuinely don't think that it's worth it. Okay, 4, 5, 6 mixed treble sequence. He actually sees it. I got a pair of the Prevalent Wind. I'm not going to turn up my nose at that. Absolutely not. 3, 4, 5. Okay. I mean, it's a little ways away, but we could still do something with the 3, 4, 5s. I'll pawn here because we got the rest of our hand is pretty like rock steady, right? Like we got some good schmoves. A lot of tiles that we could chi up from Left Lord that would advance our hand. The nut draw right now, I don't know, another pair of some kind. Sure, I would gladly do a little bit of chiing right here. And now if we chi into like a 4, 5, 6 or a 5, 6, 7, I definitely just discard the 6 of bamboo and go for a baby hand. Prevalent Wind only. We're on a Zuz-tastic weight for the green dragon. It's feeling good. Call me Michael Bublé covering a jazz standard the way I'm feeling good. Holy moly. The earliest bird, the early bird gets the Zuz. You know what I mean? Look at this fast Tenpai. It's not great, don't get me. Okay, unfortunately, we now have to do this. Right? Because the North Wind is the Dora, which I definitely recognized before this moment. And I definitely didn't need the particle effects to tell me what the Dora is, okay? I definitely didn't need that. But now this is Prevalent Wind 2 Dora if we win this hand. Suddenly our 1 Han hand shot upwards in value to a 3 Han hand. Plus, we don't want to discard the North Wind in case, like, I don't know, Left Lord's going for some kind of flush or the person sitting in the North seat actually has the ability to pawn it. Call me Technologic from Daft Punk, the way I'm saying verbs followed by the word it. Look in the comments right now. I guarantee you people are saying like, hey, Yusong, I understand that like some people are not, there's going to be a lot of comments saying this. I understand that some people are probably not ready for your subversive sense of humor, but that Daft Punk joke made me loudly chortle in my workplace, and now I'm at risk of being fired. So I would love to get that red 5 in my hand, but if I chi that, the game doesn't allow you just to chi one tile and to drop that exact same tile. That is just against the rules, because it would make discard, like, you know when someone else calls Riichi and you would, like, it would make that way too easy. I could chi a 5 and then discard a 5 as to avoid having to draw a new dangerous tile from the wall, right? So I think it's a good rule. I think it's a good rule. Left Lord is almost certainly going for a flush, but they're experiencing some pain right now. You know that in their YouTube commentary, they're not going to be able to talk about their grocery store anecdotes, right? They're just not going to be able to. They're going to talk about how Riichi Mahjong was designed in a lab to bring human beings pain. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Dude, I got this new shaving cream because my old shaving cream ran out, and it's got, I don't know, I've said this before, I'm really sensitive to smells, which is why I only smell of victory 24/7, am I right? No, I'm really sensitive to smells. So like if I ever, oh, this is gonna be pain, isn't it? But now if they call Riichi, like we could still fold, but also like they might have to discard the Northwind if they draw into it. All right, I hate this. Right Lord is also calling the Riichi. I mean, there's an argument to be made that we just don't fold here because we don't have that many tiles that are safe to fold with. And we have a chance at greatness because they're going to be forced to discard the Northwind if they find it, if they draw into it. This is like half Suji. And like 3 of the 5s are gone. I think that we can risk this. They don't have a 2-3. I hate this game, dude. Riichi Mahjong was designed in a lab to bring human beings pain. Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's great. Ah, yeah, that's awesome. Who's the poor sap sitting in the dealer seat? Oh my god, it's actually not me for once. So, this is still anyone's game. I'm unfortunately in 4th place, even though that I've been a good boy literally this entire year. Even though I've been a good boy, I am now in last place. Fair enough. Fair enough. No, please. I don't want to inconvenience you by asking that there's justice in the world. No. Why would I do that? Why would I do that when I can sit and just like swallow my own pain over and over? Oh, yeah. No, that's perfect. That's perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is an all simples hand buried in here, right? It's not great. There's also a 4, 5, 6 buried in here somewhere. Okay, we have 6 blocks right now. I think what we're supposed to do is cut the east winds. I genuinely think we're supposed to cut the east winds, right? Like if we get a triplet of the 7s or the 8s, at least we have the chance to go for all symbols. If we ever draw into a triplet of the east wind, what are we gonna go for there, right? A Riichi only hand in this economy? Absolutely not. 8, there's no mixed triple sequence that allows for that. 4, 5, 6 is probably the closest mixed triple sequence chance that we have. It's going to be difficult, though. In the words of one Jack Black, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. The 1 is not necessarily what you want to see. Unfortunately, our opening few tiles have not necessarily been bringing it. That's a little unfortunate. Ay. Dude, speaking of... Oh, the new shaving cream, it's a little too floral. It's way too floral for me. Like... Or it's not even, it doesn't smell like flowers, it just has a smell. Whereas like my previous shaving cream did not have a smell at all. So if I'm playing a little out of whack, if I'm playing a little out of pocket, it's just because I got new sensory things all up in my face, you know? I genuinely, like, if there was like I use scentless Tide Pods. I mean, non-proprietary, legally distinct, legally unspecific detergent pods. Capsules, even. Capsules? Could she that? Yeah, this hand, I don't think that we want this 4. I think that this 4 is like, we would have an embarrassment of riches here. Like our shapes would all be too good. I have a feeling that a crossword is going to call Riichi soon. I have a feeling that someone is going to call Riichi soon. And I don't have like that much faith in this hand to get into the end zone. Like we haven't advanced our hand basically at all since the start of the game, we have to assume that not everyone else is having this bad of luck. Okay, so we see the Riichi from a crossword, and I think we're supposed to fold here. I know we're in last place. But like, things are not super dire yet. I hate that I'm discarding the East Wind. We drew into a good tile. I hate that the Lord is tempting me in this very devious, devilish way. I still think that we're supposed to fold with tiles that we know to be safe. Oh, I hate this. Okay, I'll fold with the 2. We can count on left lord and cross lord maybe to just destroy one another. 9 of circles being safe is a lovely thing. Now, you'll notice something unfortunate about this situation, which is we're 1 tile away from Tenpai. We actually could have gotten there if things were a little bit luckier. Is a Riichi only hand as the dealer? Fine. It's still anyone's game right now. At least they brought 3rd place down closer to me so we can knife fight in the mud to avoid last place. Okay, this has got to be the this is a very challenging starting hand. I think we'd be fools not to go for the half flush in the bamboo suit. I think we'd be absolute fools not to go for it. Even so though, like, it's not a very inspiring half flush at all. Maybe we can pawn the 1s and 2s and even have like a 3, 4, 5 in the bamboo suit. But I think what we're looking at here is the fact that, like, the rest of our hand is pure garbaggio, okay? You've heard of the song Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka. Have you heard my Weird Al parody currently describing my Mahjong hand, Pure Garbaggio? It's, come with me and you'll be in a world of untold pain and disappointment. Even if we started pawning and cheating here, the rest of our hand is so far away to Tenpai that I don't think that we should. I think that this is a hand that gets rich or dies trying, you know? Like, we either slide into the end zone on a bed of champagne. That doesn't make sense at all, but, you know, in a glorious manner. Okay, hang on. It's gonna make me pawn, isn't it? It's actually gonna make me start pawning and cheating. If we get a 3 of bamboo, I will cheat it. I will also, potentially against my better judgment, do that. This is almost all greens, but not really. The all green Yakuman does not involve the 1 of bamboo or the 5 of bamboo, unfortunately, or the red 5 of bamboo, or any 5s for that matter. Okay, I mean, this is now a disgusting hand. It's either half flush, seat wind, prevalent wind, all triplets, red 5, or half flush, seat wind, prevalent wind, red 5, which is already a Mongon. Like, this is a great starting hand. I'm so sorry to have ever forsaken this starting hand. What would I do here? I think I would pawn and chi anything. I genuinely think I would pawn and chi anything. Not, we don't really necessarily want to see good tiles. Like, we don't want to see a 5 of circles. We don't want to see anything juicy in our hand. We just want to see, like, other weird misfit bamboo tiles. This gets us closer to it. Like, now we can pawn anything and get into Tenpai for all triplets. I know. If we pawn into the 5 or the south, like, we could throw away the 2 and wait on a 1 or a 4. I think that's a little zuzzy for me. I think that's a little too... I don't know. It's, like, technically better. This is a dangerous tile because it's close to the Dora. We're hoping that no one wins with it. Right Lord has some good stuff. Right Lord has some great stuff, right? This is maybe looking like all symbols, but also they have a red 5 and it's the Dora. So they at least have 2 Han. And if they have any other valid Yaku, we know that they have, like, if they have all symbols, this is a 3 Han hand. It's pretty scary, I'm not gonna lie. But hopefully their aggression will lead them into ruin, into dealing into my hand. This is a terrible, oh my, it passed, but it felt really bad. At least we know that left lord can't really use it. It's inside Suji. They can't have a 3-4 or a 6-7. Okay, there's another honor tile. I don't know why someone's pausing to think about it. Maybe it was one of the game's artificially inflated pauses. Please, I would love to pawn a Southwind right now. I would love to lock in two juicy Han, seat wind, prevalent wind. I would love for right lord to play a little aggressivo right now, trying to make their hand work. I would, unfortunately, like, you're looking at me, I would chi the ever-loving S out of that 4 of bamboo. I would absolutely chi that 4 of bamboo because it gets us into Tenpai. Oh. I can't. I think I'm supposed to gracefully bow out here. I think I'm supposed to gracefully bow out and hope for ending in Tenpai here. Like, someone's gonna get destroyed. Oh my god. There's like, I'm going to look at Left Lord's hand after this game because you're like, Yusong, why would you not do anything in this situation? Why would you not do anything? The game's still pretty close. We don't have to be desperate. We're the dealer in South 4, which is a pretty advantageous position to be in with a great opening hand. Holy guacamole. Sorry for the vulgar language. What are we looking at here? 1, 2, 3, 4. We need like a 5th shape in here somehow. But I think this is an all symbols hand when it's said and done. Can't cheat that. That is a great draw. I'm not gonna lie to you. How far are we from Tenpai? We are 1 tile away from Tenpai, hilariously, but it's not a very good Tenpai. But like, this is such a flexible all simples hand that we can do a lot of good stuff with this. This is just gonna be all simples red 5, right? But as the dealer, we need to keep winning in this situation. If someone else snipes us here with a 1,000 point hand, I'm gonna actually cry. Like, I might actually cry, and you'll see the tears falling from my face. Okay, the 4 is also okay, right? The 4 is also okay in the sense that, like, we could chi into another 4, discard this, and get into Tenpai that way as well. We could chi into another 3, discard this, and get into Tenpai here. Yeah. Okay, I mean, this is not looking great. Time is, unfortunately, of the MF in essence, dude. And we have not drawn a single good tile. Right Lord opens up their hand because they got something fast. A Crosslord is also going to open up their hands. I don't know what to do here. Con? No. Pawn? No. Why open our hand for a marginal improvement? We would have a 4-5 shape that would be like pretty nice, but even so, the tiles that we would then have to draw next do not feel good, right? We still need to pair somehow out of this like pretty bad hand that we've gotten. You've heard of bad grandpa, but bad hands. So 2, 3, 4 mixed triple sequence is gone, but we have Riichi Pinfu pure double sequence, all simples red 5. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, this is 8 tiles. This is a total of 8 tiles that we could possibly win from. I have to, right? This is a great Riichi, Pinfu, pure double sequence, all simples, red 5. This is a dealer manga. The 12,000 points. This would literally end the game with us in first. This would literally end the game with us in first. If we sumo, it's even maybe it's a Hanemon if we sumo this, which would be overkill, but I would take it. I'm obviously not gonna be upset at that. Not like this. I'm begging you, dude. Please. It is so, I mean, the statistics just have to be on our side, right? Of course, Riichi Mahjong is not a game of math and chance. Riichi Mahjong is a game of spiritual pain. I'm begging you. I'm begging you, dude. Please. Please. I'm trying to do a thing here. I'm trying to record on... I don't think that we played that bad this game. I genuinely don't think that we played that bad this game. I'm gonna look at that South 3 Riichi because that 7 of characters discard. Also, if you're gonna comment about this, maybe I would if you wouldn't mind putting a little spoiler tag in your comment. If you can. If you don't, that's okay too. But I always appreciate when people do comments. Or spoiler tags in this. So I elected not to throw a what happened here? We're so pogged. We're so pogged. They call Riichi and we draw into a 7. So I saw this, right? And I was like, there's 3 other 7s right now. They would be a fool to Riichi on a 4-7, right? If they have a 5-6 in their hand, which they definitely could. They definitely could. They would be like They would be a fool to reach into a 4-7, but it's not that bad, right? You have like 3 copies of the 4 of characters and 1 copy of the 7. It's not a terrible Riichi at all. It's not a terrible Riichi. You could be on an 8-9. I mean, that's impossible. You wouldn't Riichi on a terrible weight with an 8-9 this late into the game. Now, for the rest of this round, like we wouldn't have won, right? No one discarded a 3 of bamboo, or we weren't even in Tenpai. So they were waiting on a... Oh my God. Crossler chases. You have a good... You're waiting on a 2 and a 5. So if anyone discards the Dora in this present moment, they're going to die. There's only 2 copies of the Dora left. Let's take a look at the hands. One of them's here. One of them's here. No one's going to win this one. I start folding, you win with a 2. Unbelievable. Because like even if we had played aggressively here, what are we gonna get in Tenpai with? What? From what? We weren't gonna get into Tenpai. That last round, I genuinely think that it's very easy to empathize with me. Like this is unbelievable. Dude, oh my God. Are you seeing this? So we could have won from a 3, a 4, or a 6. Look at this. They're all on the wall. Like there's 2 6s here. We would have eventually seen some of these 3s and these 4s and 6s, right? That's the last. We would have even under the seed this. But a crosser just had a... Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. That is going to do it for today. That is going to do it for today. If you enjoyed the video... Oh, hang on. Before we get into the outro. I mean, no one's going to... If you're here at this point, I really appreciate it. What do we do if we demote back into expert? If we demote back into expert, I was thinking... Oh, I'm so sorry for that sound. I'm going to retake that. If we demote back into expert, what do we do? I was thinking that we could do a long endurance stream, like 4 hours or something like that on Twitch. I think that would be pretty fun. Depending on the amount of winning and losing that occurs. Definitely a lot of fun. If you have any ideas, we can do another Ichihime apology tour. We could play with some fricked up tile backs, but I have to make sure that the viewing experience is also okay. Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you enjoy the video, please make sure to leave a like and a comment. It helps out the channel a lot. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. New videos every day. Hey, I stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4 p.m. PST. Find that link down below in the description, along with our community Discord and the mods channel. Till next time, please take care of yourself and please be kind to yourself, okay? All right, I'll talk to you soon. Peace.